At the 45th International Festival at Houston, and I'd like to introduce you to Danny and Brian. Brian, who's been with us at the AQC in Melbourne, and they're from Martelli Notions, who you know that we distribute for. Over to you guys.
Thank you. Like she said, I'm Brian, he's Danny, or better known as Tweedledee, and more like Tweedledum over here. We like to have a good time with Martelli. I am not. Anyway, we're here at the Houston Festival. It's been amazing so far. We're going to show you a few little points on why this Martelli cutting system is wonderful for your back, neck, shoulders, and hands. It's an ergonomic, easy cutting system. We'll start with the basics. This backing on our strip rollers right here, this is our 24-inch strip roller. It has about 10 different strip sizes embedded into it. You can easily read it on both sides to get your measurement that you're going to want to pull off of that. Danny, why would somebody want to use this strip roller?
Several different reasons. That actually, we all know we struggle with the typical acrylic roller where it slips and slides. This one, with a little bit of down pressure, it locks it in place. With no down pressure, it's not a sticky residue. You can actually slide it wherever you want to because it does have a sticky residue. As he said, we do have a lot of different strip sizes. I'm going to hit some of the majors. Is 1 1/4 inch, your 1 inch, your 1/2 inch, 1 1/2 inch, 2 1/4 inch, 5/8, 2 1/2, 3 inch, 4 inch, and so on. Now, a lot of people, like I said, a little bit of down pressure, but the thing is we can do our regular straighter grain cuts, which is super easy. I like to show the bias because you actually got to line the mat up, the fabric on the mat, and then the mat with the ruler. So all I'm going to do is we're going to use the 45 as our cut line. We're going to do a 1-inch bias strip. I like to show the bias because it's right in the middle of the ruler. And I'm going to use this line here as my cut line with my ruler, and the cut line on the 45 for there. So I'm just going to go line to line.
So line
to line here.
And then match the line here. And what happens when the backing that we showed touches fabric?
A little bit of down pressure, again, locks it in place, but we like to work smarter, not harder. We want the tools to work around us, not us work around the tools. So instead of coming here and making that awkward cut, we're going to take this and watch all them layers of fabric. Fabric stays with the ruler. Now we'll come over here, nice little holster there. We're going to come here and make a cut. And as we know, Brian, the #1 most important thing about quilting and sewing is what?
We all know it. It's accuracy.
Accuracy, absolutely. And there you have, as you can tell, barely can even tell where the cut is. There's your perfect 1-inch laser straight bias strip.
Look at that. It doesn't get any easier than that when you have the tools working around you instead of you working around the tools.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, let's go to templates. Sometimes people have a hard time working with templates because they slide, right?
Kind of a love-hate relationship.
A love-hate relationship.
They love to hate it.
That's right. So let's do this. This is one of our standard templates right here. This is the 2 1/2. We have a whole array of templates that we can get. Triangles, circles, squares, but this one's a square. So I put this on here, and typically sometimes when someone's cutting, they have to work around the template, right?
Can I show you real quick?
Yeah.
Actually, what he's really trying to say is this: your typical template does this. You set it there, we hold it, we cut, and about right here, it shifts. So with this system here, we take this, locks it down in place, it moves, all layers stays with it. So we're, again, like we said earlier, we like to work smarter, not harder. Let the template work around us, and there we have a perfect square. But notice when I'm cutting, my blade is at a perfect 90-degree angle. So the bottom layer is same as the top. There you have it.
And that is, yep, that wasn't just one layer. But now every stack that someone does is going to be the same exact stack they're going to do in the future or even before.
Absolutely. So now when we're piecing it together, you don't have to fudge it here, fudge it there.
That's
they all
awesome.
come together perfectly.
Now see, using our cutter, just so that everybody else understands, this cutter's not a traditional cutter, obviously. We're not pinning people's hands like this.
That's correct.
That causes carpal tunnel, tendonitis, fatiguing, arthritic conditions. This one sets, see like Danny's hand sitting on here. We want to place a cutter the natural way you set your hands on a table. So if I'm going to sit my hands on a table like this, I'd much rather be cutting like this because it's a lot easier to ride a bike on the road than to drive something in the road.
That's right.
Okay, all right, moving forward. How about this? Circles.
We want to show the circle. Absolutely one of the best ways I've seen in the market of circles. Everybody, we all tend to stay away from circles. But the sad part is there's some beautiful patterns with circles. With this system here, I'm going to show you actually how to cut a circle with one straight cut. And it'd be dead accurate every time. We're going to take this, we're going to slide it right into the folded corners, right? just like that. And again, just like our other template, it locks all layers of fabric in. So we're going to use this line right here as my straight line. And you're thinking I'm crazy, but I'm just going to go just like that, okay? And all I'm going to do is just like this. I'm going to take that, run it straight up the line, and there we have a perfect round circle with no bumpy bumps, no wonky wonks, no foray, and you get a perfect round circle.
Have you ever been called a wonky wonk? Personally?
Kinda, yes sir. Or a rat bag. This one here, you have also your reverse applique side as well. So it makes it really, really nice.
Yes, and you essentially what you did, again, like we've done all with the 3 cuts we've made, you've allowed the tools, once again, to grip the fabric and work around you.
Multiple layers.
Amazing. Tell me about this mat.
Mat is not our standard traditional mat. Everybody tells you their mat's self-healing. We can actually take that mat, absolutely, roll it up, leave it the heat. It's double-sided. You get 2 mats in one.
So it's okay to roll it up, right?
Absolutely. Yes,
wow.
sir.
You do this to other mats, it's not coming back right, is it?
People that are watching this are actually probably cringing right now.
Yeah, I bet. So the tri-blended material that's in here, like he's talking about, is close to kind of like a turf style material, not that soft rubber-based material. This is actually a 3/4 hard mat, not a 3/4 soft mat. The lines on here, 1/16 of an inch, not an 1/8. That means you can truly 100% measure off of this mat, okay? Key features here, the numbers are on the outside, not the inside.
That's right.
No one wants to peel fabric back when they're measuring something, right?
Absolutely.
You got your over yard. It's durable. It is a self-healing mat. Let me get this back in. Now,
let me tell you something else real quick.
Go ahead.
What blows my mind about the quilting world? The most common cutting mat is 24 by 36. The most common cutting size is a yard, right?
Right. How you gonna cut it?
Accurately on a 36-inch mat. You can cut a full yard of fabric accurately. All of our blocks are all 1/2 inch blocks, not 1 inch. The big line's a 1/4 inch. Go on, Russ.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's a reason why we do 2 different colors, okay? There's a yellow and there's a purple. A lot of people ask, well, is it just because you like purple? Well, sure, I like purple. But if you have a lighter color material, you want to do it on this side. It's going to pull your measurements out. It's color contrast. When you have a darker color, like this blue is pulling off of that yellow so visibly that I'll be able to read my measurements tremendously easier.
That's right.
Okay, so that's cool. All right, neat key features here. Oh, a couple of new items here. How about we go over that real quick? Sometimes we put our rotary cutters out and they can get put away, they can fall off.
Slide when we tilt the table.
So we came up with this handy dandy little holder. It's a magnet base. Watch where that goes. And now I'm safely, I cannot cut myself here. And if I've got my blade tin, it just sits right in there. It's convenient. It's on the table.
But guess what?
Out of the way.
When you're ready to grab it, there you go.
It's putting it in the way I need to hold it when I'm ready to cut, so I can pull it off and get ready to work. It's brand spanking new, and it's been flying off the shelves.
Absolutely.
Okay. Another cool thing is we have this rack now for all of your templates. These are amazing. I'm going to show you something that you can do with this. It's one thing to stack your tools up like this. It's another when you can mount it on a wall and nothing falls off. This has been blowing people away because nothing's falling, and it's because of our Martelli tools. What's on that back? That is gripping, and it doesn't matter where it's at. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rack right there. Now, we cannot do a video without showing the prized possession. That is Danny and Brian. Oh, wait, the workstation. Okay, sorry. We're number 2. The workstation. It is a non-hydraulic system. It's all electric, but there's nothing manual about it. Touch of a button, it's going to go down. Touch of a button, it'll raise up. Is everybody the same person?
No, sir.
We're all what?
Different
We're all different. So why would you work on my station? Why would anybody else work on someone else's? But we're stuck to do that. That's why you want a workstation that actually works around you at your level, not mine. Okay? So Danny's level would be a certain area, right? Just a little. All right? You good there?
That's good.
Okay. The problem in the industry as well is we assume that there's a perfect height. We can't do that. There is no perfect height, and that's the reason why. Danny, do me a favor. Mimic like you're cutting a strip all the way across here. Now stop. What are you doing? What's your back doing right now?
I've got the most perfect ergonomic position there is. Absolutely false.
Right. It is a myth. Do not believe that because you just went from A to B and you're leaning. What happens after a while?
My neck, my back, my shoulder.
Neck, back, and shoulders. Do one more thing for me. Cut it at this thing. Now look at positioning. The posture's right there. He's squared up. His shoulders are square. And remember now with our tools, they don't move. So if they're not going to move, and you can stay squared up, your back, neck, and shoulders are in a squared up position, and you're more comfortable. So we will tilt this table to you. And it is the only workstation out there that works around the person instead of the person working around the workstation. We always recess the mat into the table so your mat will never have a chance to slide off. And look at all these tools not falling. If your tools aren't falling, you're squared up, you're having a better cutting experience because you got better tools and better tables and better workstations to work around you. And that's what we do. So it goes up and down, it tilts left and right. You have the ability to take a sewing machine on the other side of the table, set it on there. You'll have a nice little tilt. It'll bring your head up, and that neck and shoulder strain will be eliminated. So if you want something that helps you with your back, your neck, and your shoulders, and your hands, there's only one place to stop. It's the Martelli cutting system. It's our table. It's amazing. All the options in the world that you would want on one system and not having 3 or 4 different. So with that being said, Mr. Daniel Wellingsworth Graham.
It's been real. It's been fun. I guess that means it's been real fun.
All right. We'll see y'all next time on the Tweedledee and Tweedledum show.
Thanks guys so much. And of course we sell all of these items at punchwithjudy.com.au in Australia, and happy to help you out with any of the items that you've seen today. Thank you a heap.
We love you, Judy.
Thank y'all.